Hello and welcome to the Stanley Parable. This is a game that I've had sat in my Steam library for longer than I care to remember. I've played the playable demo of this game and I absolutely loved it. So without further ado, I'm going to crack on with the game and we'll go from there. So let's begin.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk.
Sounds fun.
Telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Good.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. Oh, okay, I can move. Right. Now, if I remember from the playable demo, there is always things to click on and touch and do stuff with, so let's have a little look around, see what there is. Telephone? Click on the computer? No. Okay, I guess we're just going to have to go for it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Right. It's quite deserted, which you would find worrying if you were working here, I guess. This way? Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his
Now,
left.
I feel like I don't want to listen to this guy, but I'm going to. Just see what happens. He did say the left, didn't he? He did. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Do we know what day it is? I don't think we do. Do not alter without consulting the whiteboard manager. Okay. Using slides to assure that employees everything is okay. Right. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Yep, very inspiring. Bi-quarterly review on the wall. What do people want? Things. Number of slides on this slide. Okay. Right. Rate which charts on the same slide to pick the same information. Okay. So this is a slide about slides. And this is another slide about the graphs in slides and oh good lord. Okay. We should probably get going, I guess. This is weird. Right. Yeah, so if you haven't heard anything about this game, it's supposedly about you narrated around a game and yeah. Just
coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. I'm just going to do what he says for a little bit and see where that takes us. I do have a feeling I'm going to go rather mad, though, so let's see what's happening. Okay. Right, okay. Oh, this is
Stepping
grand.
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Right, okay.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. Is there anything here? No, that's just into darkness. I guess it's in here? Good lord. Oh, something about a cage lift that's really unnerving.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Right. God. A horrible thing is going to jump out on me.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Well, that says escape there. Alright, well let's just go with what it says for the time being. Do you think? Yeah, alright, let's humour it.
The lights rose on an enormous
Holy
room
shit.
packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength?
Well, let's find out if he does. God, I love the graphics in this game, they're awesome. Oh, okay. Guess that turns on the cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life,
Good
their
lord.
true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where
Wow,
freedom
okay,
meant nothing.
this is a bit creepy. Oh yeah, what was Stanley's number? He was 247, wasn't he? He's not going to show us the numbers again. Oh no. No, 427 he was. 427, there he is. Oh yeah, there's his desk. But the place is clearly completely deserted. Okay.
This
one that says fired.
mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Oh,
Had
there's nothing
Stanley
there.
really been under someone's
Fired.
control all this time? Was this the only
Fired.
reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
It's quite something.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once
Okay.
and for
So how would I go about doing that? Alright, it says the mind control status offline. Press that button. Is that a number? Is that... There's either a 6 or a 9 on that. What else is there? What else have we got? It's got a button on it. No, no effect. Sink up there as well. Oh, yeah. Oh, 1, 2. Don't seem to be doing anything. Console disabled. Offline, offline, offline. Nothing's off. Okay. Big red button. Everyone likes a big red button to press. Nope, that doesn't work. Anything down there hidden? Can't see anything. Go over here. Is there a run button? Nope, no run button. Okay. Oh, 3. Sink up there as well. Let's go and have a look at that one. That's 4. Have we seen a 5 anywhere? Anyone seen a 5? Okay. Let's go over this little gantry and head over to the power facility then, I guess. Oh no, look, there's 5. Right, let's hit 5. And I'm sure that was either a 6 or a 9 back over here somewhere. So let's have a little look. Where was it? Is it here? No? Is it here? Yeah, there. And it's done nothing. Where's that big red button? Over here, wasn't it? Oh, I'm totally baffled already. Oh. No, no. Aha! Big red button. No, it does nothing. Okay, well let's push on and see what we can find. Mind control idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Nope, it turned it on. Okay.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Isn't that quaint?
That was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
That can't be it. Surely that can't be it already. Okay, alright, so we're back in the room.